Hello everyone, today we present to you the top 10 best games released on mobile. Before watching the video, put a like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the video.
World of Warships Blitz War, an online game with a size of 3.1 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. World of Warships Blitz is a mobile adaptation of the highly successful wargaming MMO, by the creators of the well-known World of Tanks. However, in this case, war machines give way to huge ships in maritime multiplayer skirmishes. Participate in small battles of up to 5 versus 5 players in closed environments where you defeat the rival team, control your ship, shoot manually aiming towards targets with your camera and watch over proper ship operation. Your other job is to repair it on the fly in case it suffers any major damage. In the short run, this experience is closer to what is usually seen in massively multiplayer games for mobile. That is, you'll participate daily in clashes and perform a series of periodic tasks that provide you with resources to improve your ship and make purchases. In addition to cooperative battles, you can participate in random battles alone or by teams, as well as take part in a single-player campaign set against a historical naval combat backdrop. World of Warships Blitz manages to bring the energy of its big brother wargaming MMO to mobile thanks to a simplified control system and excellent graphics. We're looking at a title to be watched on Android and iOS, particularly for fans of naval combat. Bladebound, an online game with a size of 3 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Bladebound is a 3D action RPG in which you can control one of the warriors chosen to defend the kingdom of the living from the forces of evil. Thankfully, you have a huge arsenal of swords, axes, and warhammers to use against each and every enemy that dares to cross your path. Bladebound has very intuitive controls. Just use your left thumb to move your character while using your right thumb to attack, dodge, and use special skills that you'll unlock along the way. With these controls, you can collect treasures, defeat enemies as you make your way through the levels. Most of the levels in Bladebound last between 1 and 2 minutes, more than enough time to loot a couple of chests and defeat a few dozen monsters. In between levels, you can equip your character with the new weapons and pieces of armor you've unlocked during the adventure. Each item changes your character's appearance and attributes. Overall, Bladebound is a great 3D hack and slash that offers a game experience similar to the Dungeon Hunter series, with equally great graphics and even more precise controls. On top of all that, it also has a vast variety of enemies, maps, weapons, and levels. Blade and Soul Revolution, an online game with a size of 2.7 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Blade and Soul Revolution is the mobile adaptation of the popular Korean MMORPG Blade and Soul, a game from NCSOFT, the studio responsible for other renowned MMORPGs including Lineage 2 and Ion. In this case, the game has also been specifically developed for mobile devices, with all this entails. Before you start playing Blade and Soul Revolution, you can create your avatar, and for this, you'll find a wide range of possibilities. You can choose between several completely different character classes, and of course you can customize the look of your character however you want, choosing from dozens of faces, body types, hairstyles and outfits. As usual for the genre, the controls in Blade and Soul Revolution are partially automatic. This means that you can tap on the mission that you have to complete and your character will automatically carry it out, whatever it may be. Although you can also directly control your character and fight manually if you prefer. Best of all, the combats are spectacular with fluid animations and colorful magic effects. Blade and Soul Revolution is an outstanding MMORPG in every respect. One of the best things about the game, without a doubt, is the fantastic graphics, but that's definitely not the only great thing the game has to offer. The story, characters and settings are also equally impressive. V4, an online game with a size of 2.8 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. V4 is an MMORPG designed by Nat Games, Overhit, and sponsored by Nexon, one of the lead designers of games from this genre in South Korea. The incredibly lifelike graphics designed with Unreal Engine 4 make a great first impression. Move through these fantastic settings with your character in a vast world where you can engage in both PvP and PvE combat. There are 6 different types of characters, although some are classified as demon hunters. They include the knight, the assassin, the warlord, the axe expert and the gunman. What stands out the most about this game is that the servers are interconnected. This means that different groups can play in the same setting, eliminating the typical system limitations when it comes to choosing specific servers in a geographic location.
Up here. What about over there?
These thickets are too sparse. If she's a good
What's this car doing here? That thicket just moved. Is it Daisy? A doodle! What's it doing so far? We're finding everything except Daisy. This isn't as fun as I thought it'd be.
Dawn of Isles, an online game with a size of 2.2 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Dawn of Isles is a 3D MMORPG set in a fantasy world. In this game, you explore enormous scenarios however you want, interacting with hundreds of characters, collecting tons of resources and fighting against all kinds of monsters in real time. Before you begin playing, you create your own character by choosing from 4 different classes: warrior, explorer, dancer and mage. You can also change the way your character looks down to the smallest detail. You can start traveling between the world's different islands, and that's where the adventure begins. From then on, you can also interact with other players and ask for help completing especially difficult missions. Dawn of Isles is an outstanding MMORPG with production value that's truly amazing for a smartphone game. It's an epic game with sublime graphics that can hold its own with desktop games, plus an exciting setting. The combat system is also much more complex and fun than in other games in this genre. Road Redemption Mobile, an online game with a size of 1.2 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Road Redemption Mobile is a motorcycle game for mobile that combines driving with action for thrilling games full of excitement. On various two-wheeled vehicles, in this title, you fight against your rivals while driving around each circuit at full speed. Road Redemption Mobile has 3D graphics that, together with the impressive camera movements, let you follow the development of each game with extra excitement. The controls are fully customizable, so you can drive each bike using directional arrows, a joystick. Keep in mind that Road Redemption Mobile also incorporates various weapons and tools that you can use to beat your opponents. Just tap on one of the action buttons to deploy different moves to take down each opponent. Download the APK of Road Redemption for mobile to relive the action of this video game, which became so popular on PC, now also on mobile. Start by selecting one of the motorcycles you've unlocked and race around each circuit at full speed, trying to finish all the rivals that cross your path. Only in this way can you earn the money you need to unlock new vehicles and weapons. Special Forces Group 3, an online game with a size of 1.1 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Special Forces Group 3 is the third installment of one of the most popular and fun multiplayer FPS franchises on mobile. This installment's approach is basically the same as always, with casual teams and lots of action in true Counter-Strike style, although it also offers tons of new game modes, weapons, and improvements that will delight hardcore fans. Special Forces Group 3 has 9 different game modes, so it's hard to get bored. The most popular is still Classic Mode, where terrorists and counter-terrorists face off in near-identical replicas of the most iconic Counter-Strike scenarios. You can also play Capture the Flag, Arms Race, Bomb Mode, or Zombies Mode among many others. Although these game modes are the most noteworthy addition to this installment, they're not the only thing that's new. There are also lots of new skins for your characters, as well as plenty of weapons and many new maps, not to mention the new graphics, which have improved by leaps and bounds compared to this saga's second installment. Special Forces Group 3 is an excellent first-person shooter that offers both a traditional experience for this genre as well as the occasional novelty when you get bored of the classic modes, all this with a control system that's perfect for touch screens and excellent graphics to boot. World War Heroes, an online game with a size of 3.2 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Battle players from around the world in a crazy World War II-era online first-person shooter game. Destroy the enemy and survive tank battles in the center of Berlin and other cities, participate in team and deathmatch battles, plant bombs and defend them, take part in World War massive warfare. There are 4 types of combat equipment from the USA, USSR, Japan and Germany. All sorts of new weapons will be available to help your team come out on top. Use the whole arsenal, featuring machine guns, grenades, rifles and sniper rifles. Play PvP shooter every day to earn free prizes and get daily tasks and tons of free stuff. Complete daily tasks and upgrade your gear. You will love World War Heroes first-person shooter action game if you are a fan of tactical realistic PvP shooters, World War shooting games, and multiplayer online army battle games.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
Lost in Blue, an online game with a size of 1.5 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Lost in Blue is a 3D survival MMORPG that puts you in control of a survivor of a terrible plane crash. Here's the recap: an airplane full of passengers crashed on a heavenly island, or so it seems. It won't take you long to discover that the island is anything but paradise. Both the mechanics and the development of Lost in Blue are very reminiscent of the popular game Last Day on Earth and other similar titles. The main difference is that this time your mission is to survive on an island full of monsters, much like the infected on The Last of Us. To survive, make sure you collect food and water, as well as many other elements that you can use to build a raft to escape and a shelter to spend the nights, among other things, and of course, you also have to make all kinds of weapons and armor. Lost in Blue is a great survival game, which stands out mainly for its amazing setting, which is halfway between the TV show Lost and The Last of Us. The game's graphics also deserve a special mention, with majestic scenery and spectacular character models, especially the monsters.
I've been just fine living life with the noose and in my mind, all I hear is music. Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said to never date her. Ha, I agree, but you did and I hate her.
Bleach Mobile 3D, an online game with a size of 3.3 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Bleach Mobile 3D is an action RPG where you get to tag along on all of Ichigo's, no less than main character in the manganime created by Type Kubo, himself latest adventures. This officially licensed MMORPG sticks to the original story, so you can jump right back into the popular series from beginning to end. In Bleach Mobile 3D, gameplay is not too unlike other similar multiplayer games. It's up to you to accomplish a set of missions in order to level up and gain new equipment. Best of all, is you get to continue the original story along with Ichigo, Rukia, Inoue, Chad and the whole gang. In fact, you'll go back to the days of good old hack and slash gameplay, zigzag across your screen using your virtual joystick as your main controller. Bleach Mobile 3D is a fantastic adaptation of another of the popular games initially launched in Weekly Shonen Jump. Its spectacular visuals leaves nothing left to be desired from the anime's original quality.
Ah!